Get ready to buckle up and hold on tight as I reveal everything you should know about the highly anticipated Nintendo Switch 2. From jaw-dropping features to mind-blowing upgrades, you won't be disappointed with what's in store for you. So sit back, relax, and prepare to be blown away by the handheld that could change gaming forever. While there is no official word from Nintendo about a release date, Catching Games analyst Dr. Serkin Toto noted in a GamesIndustry.biz predictions Q&A that he anticipates a 2024 launch window and a $400 USD price tag for the rumored new device. In the same interview, Toto predicted that the Nintendo Switch 2 would be an iteration rather than a revolution, and similar to the current Switch. This aligns historically with Nintendo's approach to previous handhelds, such as the jump between the Nintendo 3DS and the new Nintendo 3DS, which maintained many of the original device's features and aesthetics while delivering a series of iterative changes. Now, there are plenty of Nintendo Switch models to consider while shopping right now, with pricing shifting dramatically depending on the version you are looking to buy. Looking forward to a potential Switch 2 inflation and internal specs, among other variables, will likely play a part in what we'll pay for a new console at launch. With the range of Nintendo Switch consoles currently on the market, you may be left wondering if you'll have the same number of choices to pick between when the next iteration rolls around. The latest Nintendo Switch OLED model features a remarkable screen, and it feels like the future of handhelds, it being the most recent addition to the Nintendo Switch lineup. However, according to a VGC report, the next generation Nintendo Switch may potentially feature an LCD screen instead. The current array of Nintendo Switch models are numerous and were released over the console's multi-year lifespan, so it's reasonable to believe there may be several versions of a potential Nintendo Switch follow-up too. There isn't a lot of information on how the Nintendo's next-gen console will look, though there are plenty of features in the current-gen console we'd love to see return for a follow-up console. VGC reported that development kits for the potential new console are already with partner studios, with sources citing some returning features. According to VGC's report, the new Nintendo Switch could keep the portability of its predecessor and feature a cartridge slot for physical games. In May 2023, a patent was filed with the United States Patent Office and published in September, which suggests a potential revamped Joy-Con controller that would hopefully help with the notorious Joy-Con drift issue associated with the Nintendo Switch. The patent details a magnetic field for controls rather than a plastic circuit board seen in the current generation console. However, it's worth mentioning that patents don't necessarily translate directly to future products, so there's no guarantee on whether Nintendo Switch 2 will feature updated Joy-Cons, and we'll have to wait for official word from Nintendo on that part. We can expect Nintendo to stick with a system on a chip from the Vita, likely some next generation take on the aged Terra X1 chip found in the current Switch. We'd not be surprised if Nintendo got a custom chipset from the Vita as well, given the success and scope of the Switch. But advancements by AMD as seen with the Valve Steam Deck and Asus ROG Ally could put Team Red with an outside chance of providing the silicone for a next generation Switch. In fact, after a chaotic rumor tipping a Tegra chip based on Samsung's 5nm process node, which was then refuted by the tips it originated from, I feel that the Nintendo Switch 2 will definitely have some form of Nvidia chip at its heart. It would be difficult to guess at potential power or clock speeds, but I'd like to hope that Nintendo taps into enough CPU and GPU power to deliver a next-gen gaming experience. However, the latest Switch 2 spec sheet leak could point towards a console that's not as next-gen as we'd hope. According to Red Gaming Tech, the Nintendo Switch 2 will pack an 8-core Cortex A7AE processor, 10 streaming multiprocessors, SMS, 8GB of RAM, and just 64GB of eMMC storage. That's an upgrade over the current Switch, but it's nowhere near enough power to compete with the PS5 or Xbox Series X, which is understandable because it is a handheld at the end of the day. There were whispers of a potential co-processor chip to live in the dock of a Switch 2 or the once rumored Nintendo Switch Pro. This extra chip would be used to boost the console's power and video output when docked and connected to a 4K TV. Such a feature would be neat, but rumors around it have fallen quiet. Onboard storage has been tipped at 512GB, which would be a significant upgrade over the 32GB and 64GB of the original Switch and Switch OLED respectively. On the display side, I can see the Switch 2 going for an OLED panel, much like that of the Switch OLED, but hopefully a boost in refresh rates would be good. Say, taking the 60Hz display and boosting it up to maybe 120Hz, as seen in the best phones. There are no rumors to support this, but I've got my fingers crossed. However, Sharp, which makes the current Switch displays, has said it's working on a new LCD panel for a new gaming console. That could be the Switch 2. If that is the case, then it could be disappointing as the Switch 2 may come with more dated screen tech than the Switch OLED. There's a chance Sharp could be referring to another as yet announced console, but I'm a little concerned that the Switch 2 might not use OLED panels as standard. My fears, guys, have been further increased by a recent rumor suggesting the Switch 2 will launch with an LCD display to keep production costs down. And the new rumor from tipster Nate the Hate further adds fuel to the rumor that the Nintendo Switch 2 could have an LCD display. If the Switch 2 sticks to the same control scheme as the Switch, I'd like to see it improve the Joy-Con so they suffer less from potential stick drifting and have analog triggers for more precise control in the likes of racing games. Some tweaks to the ergonomics, if Nintendo does indeed stick with the Switch's core design, would also be appreciated with the Switch 2. And I'd love to see a boost in battery life as the Switch tends to run out of juice in a handful of hours when running games like Breath of the Wild. A bigger battery would certainly help make it a more viable gaming machine for things like long international flights. On one other feature I'd love to see is improved Wi-Fi connectivity for the Nintendo Switch 2. It might not be the first upgrade that springs to mind, but better Wi-Fi can be a dramatic upgrade when it comes to things like game streaming or simply downloading games at speed. Now guys, these features are not confirmed. We've gotten very little when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2's features, but hey man, these are just hopes, but I really hope that they do happen because it would make the Nintendo Switch 2 more powerful. One feature I'm really hoping to see in the Nintendo Switch 2 is backwards compatibility, especially given the appetite we've seen for such capabilities on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Hopefully, running older Switch games on newer hardware will result in a performance boost and improved visual fidelity. Rather worrying is a new rumor has claimed that backwards compatibility for Switch games might not happen for the Switch 2. That would be a bit disappointing and would need the Nintendo to have a stellar launch lineup for a next-gen Switch if it won't rely on its older and established game library. It's still early days on these Switch 2 rumors with not a lot of hard and fast information floating around. Nintendo is famously tight-lipped about what it's working on, so we can't expect to see a mirage of leaks anytime soon. But the time is arguably nigh for a new and more powerful Switch or overall Nintendo console, and the Nintendo Switch 2 could be the answer.
And SL and SR buttons for use when the Joy-Con are held horizontally.
The upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 console. Exciting new features and advancements are on the horizon that will take your gaming experience to the next level. Keep your eyes peeled for updates and announcements because this is going to be a game changer. So players, I'm curious to hear your thoughts and opinions about this new in-the-works console, and if you were in the development team, what would you add or remove or improve on to make the console the best it could be? I'm curious to hear all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. So players, I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.